Hi everyone, I'm Bao. Today I will do a video review of 3 cobi SU tank destroyer of the Soviet Army during World War II. I have 2 SU-85. This one, set number 2379, released in 2017. This one, set number 2467, also released in 2017. And this SU-100 released in 2020. Let's look at the first one, set 2379 first. It's actually based on a much older model, probably released in 2015 and 2016. But this is the last version of that first generation SU-85. It's actually a limited edition, including the Polish eagle insignia. It has 2 minifigures, 413 pieces. You've got a lot of historic information on the back of the box. So this is the completed model of set 2379. You can see it's actually a decent model back in that time, and the Polish eagle insignia is quite nice, printed one, pad printed one with the 616 tactical number. The 85mm gun barrel is a traditional Sikh version of all cobi tanks during that time. If you have the World of Tank version of T-34-85, it has the same gun barrel, the same model, same type. We have the 4 extra track links at the front of the vehicle. Unfortunately, I cannot open the engine cover here. The design is quite strange. You cannot easily open. It's not easy for you to open the engine cover here. Of course, you can open the hatch on the top of the vehicle. We have the printed box detail on both sides of the vehicle. We also have a small hatch printed on the back side. Unfortunately, these 2 wheels are of the same size, which is not accurate. The front one should be a bit smaller than the back one. And you can see the very tall silhouette of this tank destroyer. The extra oil tank is too big, I think. It's too big, just too big. Overall, a decent model, but not perfect. We also have 2 minifigures with this set. You got the Polish tank commander with nice brown hair, and he is armed with a PPSH submachine gun. And we also have a Soviet DP-28 machine gunner. Now let's look at the second version, also released in 2017. Set number 2467 with 475 pieces and 2 minifigures. It actually has about 60 pieces more than the previous version. I call it the medium version. It actually has much more detail and more accurate than the previous one. This is the finished model. You can see, compared with the earlier version, the wheels has some change, has some great modifications. The front wheel is now smaller than the back one, which is historically accurate. The extra track links on the front of the vehicle reduced from 4 to 2. And now you can access to the engine by opening this hatch. Also, we have a lot of details here with this part, and a longer antenna than the old version. Of course, this one is in the Soviet insignia, so you only have the red star, no Polish white eagle. And we have 4 extra oil tanks now rather than 2, and the oil tank shift from the large oil drum style to 2 smaller ones. And the hatch, the driver's hatch, has changed to small pieces. We also have some printed details on the top of the vehicle. One feature that I hate about this specific one is that it has several light gray color handles. I don't know why Cobi chose light gray color, because the original model has green one, and the new model of SU-100 also has a green one. So I don't know why for this version they decided to use the light gray version, light gray color for several parts, especially for the handles. And you can see that there is slope, 2 slopes on the side of the vehicle rather than the straightforward one of the older version. And this version has 2 minifigures like the previous one. We've got the Soviet tank commander and Soviet Proportia PPSH-41 submachine gunner. The selection for this version, the selection of minifigures for this version is mediocre, nothing special. Now let's look at the 2020 release of SU-100 rather than SU-85. The set number is 2541. Now the pieces increased to 655, but you only have 1 minifigure in this set. It depicts, the front cover of the box depicts the Battle of Berlin battle scene, I think. Now let's look at the completed model. It has several differences compared with the previous version of SU-85. One big difference is the track links. Now it uses the track links similar to the Sherman medium tanks. I think it's a good improvement. Cobi also adopt this track links to its new version of T-3485. Now the side of the vehicle has the same angle. Rather than the previous versions, you can see the track links actually outside the body of the vehicle. And the gun barrel now comes into two parts, thick one and a narrow one, rather than the older version of same thickness. You also have a new engine cover. You can open this part to reveal the buildable engine, and you can remove the whole engine cover to see the buildable engine inside, highly detailed. The same engine like the T-3485. We have the silver color and orange color with printed details. And we have a much detailed backside. And the silhouette of this SU-100 is much lower than the previous version. And if you compare this 2021 with the 2017 previous version of SU-85, you can see big difference. Much lower, the silhouette is much lower than the 2017 one, the first one. And I think it's historically accurate, because for this tank destroyer, it has lower silhouette than a tank. We also have more details on the top of the vehicle. And of course, for SU-100, we have this commander's cupola. So actually, this is a much detailed one, but at the cost of reducing minifigures to only one minifigure. We have this winter style Soviet soldier. I cannot call it tank commander. On the back of the box it says Soviet infantryman, not Soviet tank commander. It's a pity. Cobi should include one. I think Cobi should include one tank commander rather than a normal, ordinary Soviet winter infantry, because at the same in the same year, Cobi released a battle pack of Soviet Red Army winter version. Of course, we have one really thin red flag for the Soviet army, but without any detail, this red flag is useless. This infantryman is also armed with one machine gun sniper gun, but I don't think it's a good quality one, because he cannot hold it. You see, he cannot hold it tight. So for the Soviet winter infantry, the Red Army winter infantry, there is a belt piece. You can attach this sniper gun at the back side of the soldier. But for this release, it does not include this belt. So he can only hold it on his arm, but he cannot hold it tight. It's a pity. apart from this slight shortcomings, I think this SU-100 is a perfectly designed version among all the 3 versions of Soviet tank destroyer. I highly recommend everyone who interested in the Soviet tank destroyers to buy this one rather than the previous SU-85. That's all for today's video review. Thank you very much.